Welcome everyone to this exciting journey into the world of rare coins and unbelievable treasures hidden right in plain sight as we dive deep into the fascinating story of the 1988 1-cent coin from the United States of America that has shocked collectors, historians, and everyday people alike because of its staggering value of $5 million. A value that comes not from the simple copper-plated zinc metal it was struck from but from the rare and unusual errors and mistakes that turned this otherwise ordinary coin into one of the most desired pieces of modern numismatic history, and in today's exploration we are going to go step by step through why this coin is so incredibly valuable, what types of mistakes and minting anomalies make it different from the millions of other pennies minted in that year, and how these possibilities open the door to massive fortunes for those who pay close attention to the small details that most people overlook. So let us begin with the understanding that 1988 was a transitional year in coin production because the U.S. Mint was switching designs, dies, and methods during the late 1980s, leading to a higher than usual chance of mistakes slipping past quality control. And this is exactly where the story of the $5 million penny begins, because it is not just about rarity but about the fascinating combination of historical circumstances, production errors, and collector demand that transformed it into a legendary piece of currency history. And when you think about it, the 1988 1-cent coin might look like every other penny at first glance, with Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But careful inspection reveals certain error features that only a trained or very lucky eye can detect, such as the wrong design details, doubled dies, misaligned strikes, die cracks, repunched mint marks, and even transitional errors where parts of one year's design were accidentally combined with another. And among the most famous mistakes tied to 1988 pennies is the so-called 1988 reverse of 1989 variety, where the reverse design intended for the following year accidentally appeared on certain 1988 coins, making them instantly distinguishable by small but critical details in the lettering and engraving. And this small variation skyrockets the value because it signals a genuine transitional mistake by the mint, something that is always prized by collectors who know that such coins exist in extremely low numbers, and the rarity combined with the thrill of discovery pushes the price through the roof, and in some cases collectors and auction houses have documented sales climbing into the hundreds of thousands. But in legendary cases with flawless condition, unique die pairings, or particularly dramatic errors, the value can climb into the millions. As in the case of the specimen valued at an astonishing $5 million, and when you tried to understand why someone would pay such a fortune for a 1-cent coin, you have to think not just about the metal or the design but about human fascination with mistakes that become history, because errors in minting are like frozen accidents, physical records of a moment when machines, dies, and human oversight combine to create something unintended, and rather than being discarded, these errors become treasures because they are finite. And once discovered, they represent not just money but stories, mysteries, and bragging rights among collectors who know how to spot the hidden details. And with the 1988 penny, there are numerous error possibilities that make it incredibly valuable, including off-center strikes where the coin blank was misfed into the press, leaving a dramatic blank crescent shape on one side, double strike errors where the coin was hit twice leaving overlapping designs, broad strikes where the coin expands beyond its usual rim, cap die errors where one coin sticks to the die end, impresses a ghostly image onto the next, and most famously the double die varieties where the details of Lincoln's eye, nose, or the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust appear doubled, creating a striking and collectible anomaly. And another layer of mystery comes with the repunched mint marks where the D for Denver or P for Philadelphia shows faint secondary impressions, further proving the lack of precision in the minting process that year. And all these combined possibilities mean that 1988 pennies are a hotbed for hidden treasures waiting to be discovered in old collections, piggy banks, or even in circulation, which fuels the dream of every coin hunter who imagines pulling a $5 million penny out of pocket change. And when you think about how many coins the mint produces each year, numbering into the billions, the chance of one coin having the exact right type of error to be incredibly valuable is slim. But that slim chance is what keeps the community alive with excitement, And that excitement is what drives values higher and higher, because the law of supply and demand dictates that as long as there are fewer of these error coins than there are people who want them, the price will continue to climb. And the allure of owning a piece of numismatic history that stands apart from all the rest is irresistible to serious collectors who are willing to spend small fortunes. And when those small fortunes collide with legendary status, you get a price tag like $5 million, a price that might sound unbelievable to some but makes perfect sense in the specialized world of rare coins where rarity, condition, demand, and story all converge. And speaking of story, the 1988 penny has one of the most captivating because it reminds us that even in modern times when the mint uses advanced technology and computer precision, human error and mechanical mistakes still slip through, and those mistakes can become life-changing for the person who finds them. Which is why the message here is always to check your change, examine your jars of old pennies, look closely at the coins you take for granted every day, because hidden in plain sight could be a small copper-plated zinc disc worth millions, and that thought alone keeps millions of viewers and collectors hooked to this fascinating treasure hunt, fueling YouTube videos, news stories, and viral moments where someone realizes that an ordinary-looking penny can in fact be worth enough to buy houses, cars, or even change their life completely. And this story keeps unfolding as new varieties and undiscovered errors come to light, because coin research is an ongoing process where enthusiasts document, photograph, and compare specimens to expand the knowledge base, meaning that the 1988 penny's fame will only grow as time goes on. And just imagine the shock of someone finding one of these in perfect mint state condition, untouched by circulation, with sharp strikes and brilliant luster, combined with a dramatic error, instantly pushing it into the record books as a once-in-a-lifetime find. And this is exactly why the legend of the $5 million penny is not just about a coin, it's about possibility, about the thrill of what might be hiding in plain sight, about the patience and attention to detail that pays off, and about the stories we tell ourselves of luck, chance, and fortune waiting just one careful glance away. So always remember to stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of the smallest details, because in the case of the 1988 penny, those details turned 1 cent into $5 million and cemented its place as one of the greatest treasures in coin collecting history. And if you enjoyed this incredible journey, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more amazing stories of rare coins and unbelievable finds that could change your life forever as the world of numismatics continues to reveal that history, mistakes, and big money can sometimes fit right into the palm of your hand.